Hey guys, Kevin here with ecigadvanced.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at 4 flavors from Master Mix e-liquid. This is a box here that's mastermixe-liquid.com. Some really interesting flavors here, some nice different fruit mixes, and definitely doing some creative things I haven't seen before with fruit flavors. I'm usually somebody that doesn't seek fruit flavors out specifically, but I did like these overall quite a bit, kind of doing something a little bit more creative than just a standard strawberry or a standard kind of berry flavor of some type, grape flavor that you see from a lot of places, maybe a banana or something like that, something a little bit different. The first one I'm going to talk about here is called Sweet Emotion, and I'm vaping these on this is a KR808D pass-through on a low resistance cartomizer, so kind of just a middle of the road vape, pretty comparable to what you would use if you're using an Ego or something of that nature in terms of the overall power running through it. Now the box here has a nice description for each flavor of the PG to VG ratio, the flavor percentage, and the nicotine content, as well as a flavor description. And Sweet Emotion, the description here is a sweet mixed fruit tea. So I'll just kind of take a quick puff off of it and just kind of see what I get. Now with that, there definitely is a nice tea hint there, sort of the flavor you would expect from an unsweet tea, kind of a tea leaf flavor going on there, and a nice fruity aroma. It's really hard to pin down what that fruit flavor is, but there's definitely a kind of a mixed fruit thing going on there. But I really do like that I could pick out the tea flavor in this one, and I'm somebody that's a big fan of all sorts of teas, not with too much sugar in it. I really do like the taste of just tea leaves and tea in general. This definitely hit that. So if you're somebody that likes tea of any kind, you're definitely going to like this one. The Sweet Emotion from Master Mix e-liquid might be my favorite out of the bunch, but just getting creative with that flavor, actually getting something like tea into an e-liquid flavor is pretty impressive. You know, I haven't seen that too much in a really genuine sense. The next one I'll be moving on to is called Over the Rainbow. And by the way, these are all 70 PG, 30 VG that I'm going to be reviewing here today, and 15% flavoring. This one is also a 12 milligram per milliliter e-liquid. Now this one is described as a full spectrum fruit blend, so it's something I would imagine is not using the word fruit punch might be a little bit too direct for what this is actually doing, but just taking a quick puff off of it here, trying it, and we'll just see what we get. I think that description is pretty accurate. I don't really know what a full spectrum fruit blend is supposed to taste like, but you do get kind of hints of a raspberry, hints of a strawberry, almost a little bit of a grape in there. So there's definitely a lot of different fruit flavors going on, and it does seem to have a little bit more character than like a high C sort of flavor that you get with a lot of places where it's a mixed fruit or a fruit punch thing. It does seem to be more distinct and have more individual kind of notes in there going on. I'm definitely a big fan of this one, and one of the things, it's the same with the Sweet Emotion that I just spoke about. One of the things about this e-liquid that I did notice is that it seems to be a lot more distinct when it's going to certain flavors. Now the amount of sweetness in this is less than I've seen with other e-liquids, and I am a big fan of not using too much sweetness in the flavor, not having that overly powerful saccharine sweet flavor that just dominates it and really doesn't give you any sort of difference between one fruit flavor to another, or any type of flavor at all. The next one I'll be talking about here is called Dragon's Blood. Now this one is described as a tropical taste with a hint of dragon's fruit. So it's kind of like a dragon. So I assume it's kind of the same thing that was going on in the last flavor, with some dragon fruit added, kind of a mix of fruits with a kind of a dragon fruit overall flavor. We'll just take a quick draw of this and see what we get. Now it does definitely have a different flavor than the last one, the Over the Rainbow. This one's a lot more of something like a tartness, kind of like a pina colada almost taste, but you do have that little dragon fruit taste going on there. And I definitely do like this one. I can see where they get tropical taste. That was the first thing that came to mind when trying it. Was sort of like a pina colada or something that you might expect if you got a cocktail that's tropically themed, sort of those types of flavors that are a little bit tart, a little bit sweet like that, kind of like in a hurricane or something of that nature. This one, personally, the fruit flavors in this one are the sweetness and the sweet fruity taste is a lot stronger than the last two I just talked about, the Sweet Emotion and the Over the Rainbow. But I still like it. It's still pretty distinct compared to a lot of fruit flavors out there. Now this one, the next one I'm going to talk about is called Crash. This one is a fruit rum blend. So something kind of cool there. You don't really see a lot of e-liquids out there that try to do kind of alcohol or different liquor flavors. And usually when they do, they don't really pull it off very well. It's just kind of something in the area, the ballpark of that flavor, and it's not really distinct. But let's give this one a shot and see what we get. I like it. I can't say for sure that it's a really distinct rum blend. I'm not a huge rum fan, but there is something going on there that's not a fruit flavor. There is something that's sort of kind of what you would expect with rum, where it has a little bit, just the littlest bit of sweetness, and then sort of that rich tone that you expect with rum, that kind of deep, not earthy at all, but just kind of that rich taste of rum that really finishes it out. I don't know that the rum, you can really pick it out here. Maybe I just don't drink rum as frequently enough as I should, but there's definitely something in there, and I think that what they're going for there is the rum flavor that I'm getting, but it's just, for me personally, I just don't taste it as rum specifically as I tasted the tea in the Sweet Emotion. But then again, that might just be my flavor profile. I still like it. I mean, it's still a nice, not too strong, very subtle, and that's overall kind of my opinion about the Master Mix e-liquid flavors I've tried here. These four, the Dragon's Blood, the Crash, the Sweet Emotion, and the Over the Rainbow, all a nice exercise in subtlety. Not too much sweetness, not over the top, not in your face with the flavor, but just kind of letting it come out in the vape. Just not trying to force it on you, not trying to just, you know, make it plainly obvious what it is, and in doing so sort of ruining the flavor. Overall, I really like what Master Mix e-liquid is doing here. I would really be interested in trying more flavors that they have available. This is all pretty fairly priced e-liquid. It's right in the middle of the road. So that's mastermixe-liquid.com. I would definitely recommend trying it out. If you like fruit flavors, you're definitely gonna like this stuff, just because it's one of the few vendors I've tried that really gets those fruit flavors down to a subtle art and not just this is what it is. If you don't like fruit flavors, I would definitely recommend trying it out as well, because I'm personally not a fruit flavor guy, but I did like a lot of these, and specifically that Sweet Emotion, because that tea flavor was really on point. For more e-liquid reviews, more e-cig information, news, daily giveaways, and much more, make sure to head back to ecigadvanced.com, and we'll see you next time.